Today we're going to be talking about the 67R-206 regulator. This particular regulator is blowing out of the weep hole, which is located on this side, and it's also not holding its set pressure. We're going to be covering how to take it apart, clean it out, and get it back in service. We're going to start by removing the tension on the set spring on the inside. Going to remove all of the bolts that are holding all of it together. I'll go ahead and do that just for time purposes, and we'll get back with you. Alright, so I've gotten all of the bolts out. We'll go ahead and take the top of this regulator off. We have some fluid inside there, which is not going to be good for its operation. So we'll empty all of that out. If that's frozen, of course you'd just chip it on out. Wouldn't be an issue. Flip it over. We've got a decent freeze inside there. So we're going to need to get all of that out. The way that we do that is take a regular Phillips screwdriver, stick it inside this spring retainer, push down and a quarter turn to the left. It'll pull right out. Then we need to remove this spring. Also is full of ice. Then we'll go ahead and chip all of this ice out of here, and we'll remove the spring, or I'm sorry, the stem assembly. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here's the stem assembly. Once I pulled it out, it has a little O-ring that goes right around there, and it was sitting right down inside there. If you notice, there's a small keyway that's right on the top of the screen there, and that matches up with the keyway that's right inside here. So when we put it back together, those have to line up. So it'll just slip right in there and press it down just a little bit so that it's even with the top of this surface. At that point, drop our spring back in, get our retainer, put it back in. We also want to make sure that this O-ring is back in place, right in the groove there, and we can put our bolts back in, and the bottom is all finished up. Alright, I got all of that buttoned back up together. We're going to flip it over and reassemble the top. So this is going to go the white plastic side towards the regulator there. You want to make sure that your gasket is close to flush or flat as you can and lined up with your holes. Then you got your spring, next little piece, and we can put the top back on. When you're putting your bolts back in, just make sure that your gasket is laying flush, and you should be all set. Alright, and there we have it. We should be back in business. If it is leaking at this point, once you get it back together, if it was installed or reassembled properly, it should not be leaking. If it is, it's time to get a new regulator. Hope this helped you guys out a little bit. Have a good one.